Some people say we live in a world of irreconcilable differences. Others say that true peace, lasting peace, can't be obtained because we haven't found a way yet to change the human heart. I took a journey once with a warrior named Minkayani down a remote river deep in the Amazon basin of Ecuador. The events of that journey will challenge what a lot of people say. To understand what brought us to the river on that day, you need to know about Minkayani and his people, the Wadani. You see, our story was set in motion before I was even born. Minkayani was just a boy. Minkayani had grown up in the rainforest, living the same way the Wadani people had lived since the beginning of time. The fierceness of the Wadani tribe was legendary. More than half of all the Wadani died from the spears of other Wadani. And this cycle of revenge spearing had brought them to the brink of extinction.
kuimba na kane.
Muna sesia nem hutikane I haure mwa manea. Muna sesia nem muna I haure bena manea. Idira muna heru bumuse sa haure. Sasa mona kincha basi bura beusia.
Ne mona samambu.
Kajali zasi jimba na kane. Na kuimba na kane da jumra ko si bari buru dai bara ko bedia.
Kain to tapeu sira samambi. Na wena ko huersa nembut ko kinaka. Na ngaule rukuna da chokodi kanya.
Puta bei vuru muna sawa bei.
Mikayani zeta nama. Tajumana menane te damea. Kirakawa jipapa unubi.
Odi daira ununie.
Muna tama du hundriye.
Itebe wari wuri.
Mama ya muti kita.
Encima, imagínate, no estoy, yo estaba parado detrás del arco cuando vi ese
Dia pura bedia.
Anjira maju buru.
Buka kuara ko bedia.
Terama badi kanti dunia.
¡Cuidado! ¡Dispárale! ¡Dispárale, idiota! ¡Dispárale!
¡Solo tengo una bala! ¡Ahí hay otros!
Oh, ever since I was a boy, I loved making things with my hands. Mom and Aunt Rachel have said that Dad and I were very much alike that way. I was 8 years old when we made a model plane together. That was the time when Dad was first looking for the Wadani. I had heard the violent stories of the Wadani. Everyone near the jungle did. Dad said he saw their violence as a trap, like a prison that they couldn't escape from on their own. He would make flights as often as he could, try to find one of their small villages. That was the only time I was afraid when he was flying. I'm guessing Mikayani must have been around 20 years old when he first saw my father's plane. It's a guess because the Wadani don't mark time. To this day, Mincounty doesn't know his actual age.
Kayani wera na dajia chichari kanea. Umana no menani wera na hanapanua. Hua kazai.
Mama rai mama bahawa osya.
Yara itu bokosima.
Di jiakrin cha buzigir. Ano menani hanabal. Behaudezida.
Miyazu bai mamara beaya.
Wera na hanapanua. Imama kanya kanya.
Yara de beadito vidota beadita. Kova tani mara de beadita.
Shell 5-6 Henry.
Subsection clear.
Roger that.
All right, I'm going down for a closer look.
Kimi wai baka bane to Ronaldo musia.
Contact Sector 6. Do you copy? Shell.
Roger that.
Shell. I said contact. Woo! We found him. North corner, Sector 6.
Mom?
Do you copy? At Second River, south of the quarter line.
Mom? Mom? Steedy boy?
Contact Sector 6. Do you copy?
Contact Sector 6. Roger that.
I'm going around. I saw one. I know I did.
Minkai mamara busubura bari soera tabe.
The days that followed were like Christmas. Our home was kind of a base for everyone who lived in the jungle. Dad would fly them in and out of remote airstrips, bringing them supplies. But those missionaries, the families that came to our house to celebrate finding the Wadani, they were special. The Elliots, the Macaulays, the Flemings, and the Udarians. They were closer to us than any blood family.
And the bucket turns in an even bigger circle. So
Of course it does.
Dad, of course, was always forging ahead.
Jim, just watch me. Look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let out so much line that the drag of that line is gonna work with centrifugal force. See that? And as I keep the airplane in that tight, continuous turn, oh wow, look at that. Huh? The bucket stays in almost exactly the same spot. It hardly moves.
In theory.
In theory. Do you know what theory is? Theory. You believe me? Mm-hmm. You know what this means? This is it. We made contact.
Actually, Nate, I've made some contact of my own. I've been learning some Waodani phrases from Dayuma. Oh, come on, buddy, just relax. Look, I've been very careful about this. Rachel knows absolutely nothing about this. Do you realize what that means?
It means it's time to rejoin the planet.
It means that I can say Sambua John. Where's the John in Waodani?
Uncle Jim. You wanna try this one?
Shouldn't you tell Rachel?
No.
She understands the language better than any of us.
Betty, I tell my sister. She's gonna go tell her superiors next. We're gonna still be talking about this in 2 years. We don't have 2 years, Betty. The Waodani are killing so many people. The government's under pressure. They're gonna bring in troops. We have one chance to reach these people. Now, this is it.
If Nate's bucket drop really works, and he thinks he can find a place on the river to put the plane down, maybe a sandbar. Hey! We'll call it Palm Beach!
Jim.
Oh, come on!
Blip Tarzan, sleep in treehouse, eat lunch.
Jim, this is not a picnic. No one's ever made contact with these people and lived to talk about it.
We'll have our guns. If it comes to it, we'll shoot in the air. The Indians always run from guns. They always run, Olive.
And what if they don't?
Rachel lived in a remote Quechua village that bordered Waodani territory. She was 12 years older than Dad and helped raise him. I knew Dad was protecting her by keeping the Waodani contact a secret. I just wanted someone to protect Dad.
Ela, She's calling Ela, over. Ela, this is Shell, over.
Stevie, what a wonderful surprise. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, Aunt Rachel. I'm good. But I'm preparing a little surprise for Mom, and I need some help.
A surprise? Sounds great. Fire away.
Well, Mom wanted Dad to speak at least one line in native dialect properly. But now he's driving her nuts.
Hey, don't be so hard on him. His Quechua's not that bad.
No, not Quechua. Waodani.
Waodani? Why?
Well, because he wants to be able to greet Diane next time she comes.
All right. What do you have in mind?
Something simple. Like, I'm your friend.
So, you want I'm your friend in WoW.
Your sincere friend.
Well, that's an easy one. Just repeat this after Deuma.
Hi, Diuma.
Hello, Steve.
We say bua.
Bua.
Bia.
Bia.
Unubua.
Unumbua. Bua, Bia, Unumbua.
Bia bua.
Muy pa. Muy para merita pa. Pendaina, jauh saja rabaya.
Arriba para! Osira moi para! Zera bu! Ki ande ara! Waraba! Neasida, oi para! Waraba! Buena na, hobi data. Moi para haura nata. Embera kadra vasia. Anjem benana vasita valeur. Echa diu mira tai vasia. Busida nampa.
Kena marito muno wakira bumma bumena wulura kajura.
Menana hitasita. Warapo wana.
Stevie boy! Lunch! Honey, your daddy won't be back for hours.
I'm not hungry.
I knew we had a small runway. I tried to imagine Dad landing on the river sandbar he'd found near the Wadani village. I told him I wished I could be there with him. He said, "Don't worry. You will be."
Oh, here we go. Wanna go, Mama? Go, Mama? Go, rocks in your hand? Oh, go. Be good. Son, you know, I can leave that here. You just say the word. Good boy. Let's get it in the airplane. Guess that's it. Do you know how far away the sun is?
93 million miles.
Do you know that that's a fraction of how much your daddy loves you?
If the Wildani attack, will you defend yourself? Will you use your guns?
Son, we can't shoot the Wadani. They're not ready for heaven. We are.
Promise me one thing. Just one.
One thing. Sound like your mother.
If you get in a jam, a real jam, then promise me you'll say these words to them.
What words?
The Wabdani words. They mean, I am your friend. Your sincere friend. Bua Bia Unumbwa.
Bua Bia
Unumbwa.
Numbwa. Bua Bia Numbwa. right?
Yeah.
Everything then? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
Back to me.
Right? See you on the radio. Be a good boy.
Love you, Dad. Love you.
Wengongi dai Java. Mira Java. Wengongi dai Java. Mira Java. Wengongi dai Java.
Roger. What do you think?
All this preaching in the jungle? How long before the monkeys get saved?
At least if they do, we'll know someone's listening.
Anjiraba kare a una kaingana.
Ah, where are you? What is this why?
Muna torora mawanya. Aku de wanya da jumai da sokai buka waya.
Ingara hauri da wesi da tai wase mahode.
Muna kima de mawanya. Muna wanya. Muna wanya. Ninki we tikina da puti kima. Maya ule ninki ya beya.
Itu buta tua. Udah mea wanya.
Gentlemen, we got company.
Mira Java. Mira Java. Mira Java. Abare Bia Java.
Ed. My name is Ed. What is your name?
Unu kinamba munja bana da Jumaina. Samabu banaka pananita punua. Da Jumaina samabu. Panamu ne tedi te pune da chicharra tedi.
Maybe her name is really, really long.
Panamu te tedi rumuna pusi da wani te bua. Panamu te tedi te pune da chicharra tedi.
Ete tak jumai mai. Ete tak jumai mai.
All right.
Ete tak jumai mai.
I don't know.
Want something? Hey, the gun.
Ete tak jumai mai.
Yeah.
Tak jumai mai.
All right, yeah. Airplane. Yeah, that's what you want? Guess we're gonna go for a ride.
Trying to get out of the airplane right above the village.
Buat Jumairo nasi ka?
Nengkayaan kimot. Ete tak kabut di kuna suntua.
Yet they saw him, they know we're friendly.
Thank you. Para mo na kiran jubolete da kada Jumai kudera.
We don't understand. You go up? Pete? Up? Pete, come here. I don't know.
I checked my notes. They speak so fast.
Nantorana da ci bedare un'inaka.
Gimana budak samawa? Gimana?
Supper time.
Gimana budak samawa?
Mena katau, raso batau. Tranka batau, te wana kina nik raso batau. Pai kene hantau. Kai tu tabe. Izo betabe. Akanu.
She just proposed to you, Roger.
Kane udah munca mana maku? Sama itu bau udah buma. Main kamu lah sama udah buma.
Torna bewa si darau. Mai kawan te orang ode masih.
Ama hingga kuda sesida.
Mungkin apa sih tak cuma ina? Macam pernah teh masih tak. Tak cuma nak biar.
Gimana mana ka? Saya da Jumairo no nasi da makin coba kira ka corona ka bu.
Kane udah jina cikena ni. Torona nama na tadi tote para. Torona udah jina pe pana otra. Mume sa mai trabalho. Mikai, pasal quem chabu.
Wah, harasida, anjir, tayo may basida. Wadi ka na ta harasida ni Kiwi.
Oh, terabas bata kasida. Tayo may kuya kasida.
Andi dah tadi dah pakai dah sama.
Kia wala tarabu kabu. Tajira orang kita benda, anjau tajira benda.
Ani dah dah.
Here, don't drink it all.
What are you trying to say, Petey?
Missionaries!
What?
Mira Java. Mira Java.
Joe, come in! Come in,
Bien. En un bois. En un bois. Ave tornava ulituan ni.
Dajirara ubudada.
Dajina ni minonia anjira ulituan pedi kana.
Mano hingarama.
Uno naya. Tahu itesi.
Shirami.
Rachel, it was so hard for Nate not to tell you.
So far, we found 4 of them. Jim, Roger, Pete.
What about it?
He just told me that they found him in the water at the edge of the beach. And by the time we got there, the water had come up and had carried him away. And Mary Lou, I wanted so badly to go get him.
And there's still a chance?
No, ma'am. Keach was positively identified him here. They took his wristwatch to prove it was him.
And Nate?
We found Nate in the river right near Palm Beach.
Tornava provato Nusia. Gimana? Kaya sa Osia.
Enatata muna.
Jadi ba kruti wa Marisia. Gimana bura chupiai te bua. Gimana? Kaya sa Osia.
Muna se va.
Kaya sa Osia gimana? Gimana? Kaya sa Osia.
Muna peminata kikita.
Bura tandaya. Ana puta padi.
Nei kivere se osu chichi warra na muna chawari.
Ya.
Mikayan mo na kinajubulihan sa Mikayan. Sakay mo sa Mikayan. Kinajubulihan sa mga pera. Para tahay na buwan Mikayan eh. Ichahara mo kinakaharap, damen kami ang tahoy tabuta.
Dia buat berapa kira-kira?
Buat tamay ranjiro menapel dia.
Namen ada hoin? Tambah hoin?
Kimae samabu.
Kimada timuta bu kimarata.
Tamete tadiata.
Mawar makini
Tamete tadiata.
Kiniemwa.
Tamete tadiata. Tamete tadiata. Kimae samabu. Tamete tadiata. Tamete tadiata.
Not your friend anymore. Not anybody's friend anymore.
Ubia unugua, Steve Saint.
Didn't work.
Don't touch that too quickly. You know hurting a dog won't help.
Gimana? 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 Megamo! 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 Not this, my family! My family! Keep your family! I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry.
Diuma was never the same after that day. The cycle of violence that her family had lived in had come around to catch her again. She began to talk about returning to her tribe so that they would know that not all foreigners kill. It wasn't very long before her family provided her the opportunity. Her sister Gimati and Mother Akawa were still looking for her. And now they were desperate enough to take their chances with the foreigners, just as she had done years before.
Via buah. Gimana? Macau. Gimana?
¡Encontramos sus lanzas!
¿Les quiere disparar? ¿Esto es lo que quiere?
Estas mujeres están muertas, señorita. ¡Muertas!
Nosotros las regresaremos.
If Kimari and Akawo had not been women, they would have been killed. So Dayuma believed that women going to her family might be shown the same mercy.
Gracias, Juan. Vaya.
Me kira ka buah sebar ta tebura. Ada kira ka the best dah hinggaran ba.
Gira mi kayani ka buah. Humada jira de bemara wadane aba unwe buah.
Ijira da jumaeta. Mi kayani o kaoba humada ide bemara.
E warisa mua buah krinche bavaria mi kayani. Druda bera moi padeva. Gimana kira kamea?
Hari batayım.
Hari bahinggaran bubu.
I don't like this, Mommy.
It's just a game, honey, to see who can touch the most.
Kimi ba kuru de bema ba? Da sira po wa da tia be tiburu.
Pode gira poia de daea.
Kan kita karea ko da dia.
Kimira mamura e gina kai bavaria. Muanua bua bia bua. Toraraba kimira poia huma be daea. Wegongi ba kimi ba hara kimia be daea bia bua. Mwengongi va kimi baharasi mia bete abia buta.
Hingarawa sawaka wapano. Wegongi mawa harabuda.
Mwengongi baharasi idiote. Bubesi mia beira kajiru buta.
Ma koneva buda bedala samabu. Wa kuidata.
Kimi warata harate ate seta. Bia buka bara mara da jirame bade seta.
Sama pana ta nama tai ma pana jadi. Mande pana pena tai uma peda peda ta.
Na buena número no menani. Nanto yo mai ode.
Ma koneva peda buda da mua kuidata. Nana wena na tapi ini pena sidara. Mia suwa super dia.
Na buena número pe dia.
Nkayani, anjira wena na watu ananda.
Na! Muhunusia! Wada hingarate ate! Muhuaba tasia! Wada da yume basiburu. Kare biasi moipa. Kaga baba yasi! Buen verara miasuba! Kusesa kento! Yaba wera nemo! Moipa! Moipa o mae no menani! Moipa pe apua! Taipa pe adia! Buda que la kiraga ai no menani.
Muara beakabu.
Buda basiburu. Buda da yumea.
Kanea kini mi da obezit. Daiba kinezit. Mena anjia duab.
Bedea de sesida wa dani rama wara karea we gongina. Jira bia mia beate. Wasa da vasida. Ejubea besita. Anjira bia pena ni karea. Baritua ewarite.
Imo paesia haiuane ingaratea.
Torana barata anjira huabe adada.
Abe de odia anjira itea. Umana mama vaya. Donde kimo oniburu. Karaya.
Kayan. Di kay bata puro kuwan mo.
Eso sama.
Toto min kayan.
Smile. Samabu!
Música, Mikayan. Boa tua música.
Aqui, ó.
Boa tua música.
Lauriava!
Wadabi.
Maura.
Wadabi. Música.
Ay, no me nada na makasadi. Embera khajura bar de embera biya to khouda.
Kimura mumura bodoa. Ne mo de ijara sida ko ngite ade ta hoita. Ma bai uru mang de beita.
Kim mo kira ta khudata. Tayu ma haure ti pa ura de kudara chume ura.
Ma bai uran chume beuya.
Nande nemo budara mara audigare.
Sawa bua krincha booming kanyan.
Dua mara kichwa. Taya wana hari mara bakarea. Kichwa barang berara.
Muchas gracias.
Mar, Kati, e Tivi. Nemo emeraldas de penua. De abuca.
No, that's boiled plantain mash and water.
Oh, I have so many stories about when I first came to visit Aunt Rachel in the Wadani. Let's just say there are some things you never forget. According to Wadani tradition, as my father's oldest son, I would be responsible for avenging his death. So Aunt Rachel warned me never to appear too interested in the particulars. She herself had no idea who the actual killers were. But of course I couldn't help but wonder. That was when I first saw Minkayani. I remember feeling like I irritated him.
Nama sana embeu la kabut.
Pura saya baragarea.
Mingi? Ano menani? Ano menani na mabasita? Mingi na, wina may sida.
Ako sabaw ni sida. Dahil itong wat sida, jihirura. Tugan mo may asya do barra. Ibu de kai do wanya. Miya suwa berra.
Namay na natatay ita.
Kaidera wea no menani.
Biabua Waigongi. Pura Kaidu. Mandre Angia.
Masa,
Kana panua.
tarea dairi da hurubata.
Unusia panua, waudani nesbear.
Mãe Berana. Mãe Bedeiuro. Andi bedai sikata. Mãe me bedeio.
Peude wani sikata. Puta wai ruara ta tarea bedita.
Are we going to run?
No, Stevie boy.
Wengongi harasi ke wa bedaya da dairana.
We no kill. Wengongi say no. You no kill. Even spearing us, we no spear you. Anomenani very angry they say we make fever. They die. Ompo they say no. We live well.
Ompori and Dawa pleaded with their family for hours. In the end, it was the Anamanani's sickness that helped turn the tide. In the darkness, just before dawn, they became too weak to attack.
Karebata, dairana ode se sidata dimisi. Muemberana bien no muta kuamia ba.
Etata muteta.
Dia tata baito. Nera to huria.
Kare badatu ma. Mo emberana na bie tu ano. Kare badatu ma mo emberana bie tu ano ko ami ama.
Kau.
Shell, this is Tijueno. We have an emergency. Over.
Tijueno, this is Shell. What's wrong, Rachel? Over.
Kimo and Dala have returned with the Aino Manani. All of them. They have polio. They're dying. Over.
Roger. You'll have to quarantine the village, Rachel. You read?
We read you, Frank. Tell everyone to pray.
Weta Kimo. Na beari pia bada tasau sita.
Moamiazu. Moarazia. Kimo way. Aji kiraka. Aji miazu.
Sotana katana kinapanua.
Minkayani ichia. Hareida baidea. Hareida baidea.
What's he shouting?
Ichia
He's
Minkayani.
saying no food, children will
Minkayani.
die.
Minkayani. Hareida baidea.
Quarantine meant we couldn't leave the village. No one could walk in with supplies. I felt trapped in a place that wasn't my home. Little did I know that Minkayani felt trapped as well. And this place was his home.
Rachel.
The monkeys and wild boar seem to have abandoned this part of the jungle. Thanks for the drop. Over.
This is all the medicine we have in Shell. We're bringing more down from Quito.
And we need more advice on how to keep them breathing. Maybe you could talk to Dr. Wally?
I did. You just gotta keep them moving on those teeter-totters.
But their lungs are still filling.
We'll keep you in food and medicine until the quarantine is lifted. Tell Marge Mary Lou says little Phil is fine. We're all praying for you.
Minkayani, wararabe ubre kabua.
suka. Bukannya lu de que mita so carajoya. Bahana de manea.
Iharada. I gira che rampiaia che mo viraga.
Nampa sokai. Nampa sokai robo e ji ya ba bedara. And Ayume? Caraga, carabaga, babodo. Sokai basiburu.
Kayane. Tidak kau ada apa itu buah?
Kado bagaruta, pa ulu lindruta. Mana kubai? Muharada que tumpol. Muharada pueblo peura. Nan wanea biabu. Iburu ba uru hundrudu marahu ma. Piononida uma. Penelida e pai tudo. Caralho. Ambeura un pochimo! No human! Bukiara, bukiraka! La gira de menara de todo, ¿verdad? No guapa, puta! No me caudea! No le menareza! Pero yo no girame. Una polla buruma.
Manto wata bayburu. Wata rumma bayda bakasika.
After 8 weeks, the quarantine was lifted. My mother and sister and I could finally go home. The teeter-totters had stopped, and with them, the endless cycle of revenge. The Wadani had found a reason to live differently. And in the end, that seemed to be what so many of them were waiting for.
I miss you so much.
You'll just miss the mania.
I'd like to say goodbye to Minkayane.
It's important to do what's in your heart, Stevie.
Adi dua, y hombre se rude. Pia uno queria dua. Tuma neburo. Wawangongi. Dedeji. Unun. Monia antara. Mu zezaba. Ua pia numba.
After I left Minkayani, I started a new life that would take me to the United States. Aunt Rachel and I kept in touch, and occasionally I'd visit in the summers. She spent the rest of her life with the Wadani. I was living with my family in Florida when I got the news that Aunt Rachel had died. It didn't come as a surprise. We had known about her cancer. And though she came from a large family in the States, she wanted to be buried with the Wadani, who she considered to be family as well. So my wife Jenny and I traveled to Ecuador to honor her request.
What are you thinking?
How do you way alive? Faith?
Nemo harabe waye babe.
Anuncia mutete batesita.
Rabo nindo bubere. Mo kimara mo warra. Tu mo penesia joba da tornaka. Aku mo awambaya.
Buzara hamabu. Nemo hamabu. Daibu embarado. Boa casa ibu mar.
Amasar boa.
Babe. Anjia panua guaranada. Mamina torrara wanea. Anjia o meu beuid. Zokapanua irada Waldani.
Buniki ayo así da cuma bede aurora. Monesida.
Mate buru ara mabudu.
he said was there was something I needed to see. No other explanation was offered. And so our journey that had spanned 2 worlds, bridged the Stone Age and the 21st century, finally led us here, down the lonely Kurerai River.
Avión! Is this it? Is this what happened?
Baba Badasya. Sawal daira batadea basida. Você se bakia basia. Watani raba kencha duana kinakaboya.
What? What did he see? Tell me!
Kimo harasio wekungira. Rubara. Nina tuo kiruda. Gricha sidala era ahora. Naldeo, no kiruda.
What? What?
Kakua. What is that?
despacio.
My father lost his life at the end of the spear. And it was at the end of the spear that Minkayani and I found ours. It's true that my dad and his 4 friends were not given the privilege of watching their children and grandchildren grow up. But Minkayani is a grandfather. It's the first time in Waodani history they've ever had so many grandfathers. He's not only a grandfather to his own children, he's a grandfather to mine. My dad would have liked that. Through the years, people could always identify with our loss, but they could never imagine the way that we would experience gain.
Minkai got to come to the States, and that has started these visits. He said some of the foreigners are so nice that even when you're driving, you just stop by their houses and you go to one of the openings in their walls, and he said they just open it for you and then they start giving you food, and it's already hot and it's already cooked and stuff. He said, I see those foreigners very, very well. When Minkai came back from the States the first time, he told the people that the foreigners are really big and fat because even when they go walking, they don't move their feet. They just get on the trail and the trail moves. Well, Ompore, his wife, said, oh, you're talking wild. Minkai just kept saying, that's why all the foreigners are fat. They don't walk, they don't climb, they don't make gardens. But when they got to that one, she just said, well, how are they going to live then? Minkai said, they have these big food houses. And he said, there's just piles of food. First, there's these young people, and they're standing at the place where you go out and you smile as big as you can. And he said, they pretend like they're not seeing you. And then he said, then after a little while, then they look at you and they smile. And he said, when they smile, boom, you can just go and take all the food with you. And I said, well, it's kind of like that. So I just took out my credit card and I said, first you have to give them something like this. And Minkai looked at all of them, he smiled, and he said, they just give it right back to you. Ompore started griping at me. She said, Babe, what do you mean sending Minkai back here? He was so fat that whenever I'd say, Minkai, go out and bring some meat back for me, she said, he would just go out and he'd find a tree and he'd just mow.
Under a new sky, beyond all the fear, nothing familiar, but a voice spoken clear, surrounded by strangers, living with the same pain, a need to surrender, a love to regain. journey has only begun along the river, along the river. Tasting the freedom once stolen away, chasing tomorrow and changing today. Two worlds collide into one new life. What once was lost, hope has found. The journey has only begun along the river, along the river. Imagine a place that's awakened. Imagine a man that's been shaken. Imagine a home that's been saved. Two worlds collide into one new life. What once was lost, hope has found. The journey has only begun along the river.